not so much what you get. And since that walk up on that beach last Labor Day, I can tell you I've been getting a lot. I got to sit in the Oval Office with President Obama, who I admire terribly. I had to sit down for a very soulful, heart-to-heart, 2-hour interview with Oprah. I've signed a major book deal, and an esteemed publisher cannot believes that I have in me to write a memoir of inspiration, and I take it very seriously. And look, I mean, to stand up in front of you, it's you guys are producing something so valuable for the American people. Sean T. and all the family of Beachbody, it's important, wonderful, innovative, inspiring stuff. So you must be very proud of what you do. What I've been getting since then, I mean, for God's sake, I've been on Dancing with the Stars. It doesn't get bigger than that. But the end of that phrase goes, when you achieve your dreams, it's not so much what you get, it's who you become. And I can tell you that now it's been 10 months or so since we finished that swim. And when I say we, I mean it. It looked like such a solitary, lonely endeavor, and I'm the one out there going through all those lonely hours, and I'm the one who walks up on the beach alone, but those 44 people of my team are in my heart, and never, ever could I have done it without them. So what I was going to say is, my memory now, what I walk around with, isn't some sort of big ego memory of making it and walking up onto the beach, and here's the record, and it's a big epic achievement. You know, all of that is frankly undeniable. What I'm proud about is that I never gave up. And the truth is, for me, swimming and sports were all about that. Always, my whole life, were about character building, not winning trophies and setting records. And it all started for me, literally, the day I turned 5. I had a Greek-Egyptian father who spoke in a very thick accent. I actually had a French mother who spoke in a thick accent too, so you know, already it's entertaining. To grow up in a family where you have to ask your parents to repeat themselves several times until you understand them. But my father was he was just a full-blown character. He, you know, cried, was kind of in a state of exaltation over everything that happened every day. And made his living as a con artist, was very adept at lying, stealing, you know, was on all the prestigious, most wanted lists. And when I was 5, the day I turned 5, he called me into the den, and on the desk over here he had Webster's Unabridged Dictionary opened. And he says, as I'm entering the door, he says, "Darling, I have been waiting for this day for you to turn 5. Because today, darling, is the day you are going to understand me, because this day is when I'm going to tell you the most important thing I will ever speak to you. Do you understand me, darling?" I'm like, "Yeah, Dad. Like you said that yesterday, too." He says, "No, you're coming here. Your name, the name of my people, is here in bold black and white in the dictionary. You will go to your little preschool tomorrow and you will ask your friends if their name is in the dictionary. And they will tell you no, because you know why, darling? You are the only one. You are the special one. Come here. Look, Nyad. In Greek mythology, the nymphs that swam with the lakes, fountains, ocean, and river to protect for the gods. And definition number 2, are you listening to me, darling? Because this is the one. Definition number 2, it says, girl or woman, champion swimmer. Oh my God, this is your destiny, darling. my shoulders a little taller that day. And sure enough, it wasn't too long after that, I had a geography teacher in 5th grade who had been an ex-Olympic swimmer, was the most charismatic person you'd ever met after my father. And he said that any kid who came out for the swim team would get an A in geography. And I found through years of sportscasting that a lot of athletic careers start with moves like that. And so I wanted the A. I went out, I was swimming up and down the pool with a whole bunch of kids. The coach just wanted to see everybody. And I stopped after about 20 minutes, and the coach was standing at the edge of my lane. And he said, "Hey kid, what's your name again?" And I said, "Nyad." He said, "Nyad, you're going to be the best swimmer in the world." And that's all any kid needs. And about that time, we were in southern Florida. The Cuban Revolution happened. And my town became flooded overnight with Cubans. And we were dancing the salsa. I'm surprised I didn't do better on Dancing with the Stars. You know, we had Cuban flags waving at our school. We were eating the Cuban food and making Cuban friends, speaking Spanish, the whole thing. And my mother and I went to the beach one day, and I said, "Mom, I know Cuba's right out there somewhere. Where is it?" And she said, "Okay, come here." And she held me. She said, "Look, lift your arm up. Let's point it this way. It's right there. Cuba is right there. As a matter of fact, it's so close, you could almost swim there." It's not like I got this concrete goal in my mind, but I'll tell you, all my life there was like a little fluttering butterfly somewhere in the back of my imagination about that magical land of Cuba that was right over there, but it was so forbidden to us. Age 12, my father calls me into that very den, and now he's agitated. He's walking around with his hands behind his back, and veins are sticking out on his neck. And I know that he's upset about something. He says, "Okay, first of all, I make very, very big mistake when I show you this dictionary. Now you are fanatic. Now you are getting up 4:30 in the morning, every morning, 365 days a year, Christmas. You don't know your brother and sister anymore. You don't go to church on Sunday. You have given up the piano for this crazy swimming thing." And I stood up and I said, "That's right, Dad. I am a fanatic. And you know what? It's fanatics who get ahead in life. And this kid is going to stand on the podium at the Olympic Games, Mexico City, and receive a medal for the United States of America. And you know what, Dad? I'm really glad we had this little talk." Bed at 8:30 and I need the house to be quiet. Dad, I am saying that all of you need to go to bed at 8:30. Do you understand me, Dad? And he said, "Oh, I am afraid I do. I really called you in today to tell you that your mother and I, well, we are very afraid of you. And today, we just want to give you the key to the house and wish you good luck, because we cannot live like this anymore." And for their eccentricities and their languages and cultures, I was so grateful, but they never did understand the swimmer in me and the fanatic in me, but my coach did. Age 14, I was over at Coach's house in between the prelims and the finals of the big state meet at our pool. And I have lost the 100-meter backstroke for a couple of years now. And I went over to Coach's house to take a nap in between the two sessions. And we were all buddies with Coach. We babysat for his kids, played football on the beach on Sunday mornings, and went over to his house to have a barbecue and watch the Dolphins games. And I don't know if it was 3 minutes or if it was 4 or 5 minutes, but it was quick, and it was violent, and frankly, it was unforgettable. I suffered a rape by the hands of my beloved coach. And there was blood, and there was vomit, and it was shocking. And that night I lost. Unheard of. My teammates thought I was coming down with the flu or something. And at the end of the meet, we had won, and we were going to go out as a team and have pizza and Cokes like kids should do. And I would have been right over on the other side of the pool with them, getting on my sweats, proud. But this night, I went over into the diving well by myself. And I went to the bottom of the pool, and I'm telling you, if I had been above water, you could have heard me from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Las Vegas, Nevada. I screamed, "No! This is